Dun, 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 dun. Book what made me purring. Purr. After first book, Shatter Me, I had so low expectation, so lowest one, the most lowest one expectation of the second book. If you've seen my review of the first book, you understand what I mean. I said at the time, and seems I predict a little bit future, if it would continue love line between Adam and Juliette, it would be totally waste time and paper. But if it will turn to the love line between Juliette and Warner, then it would be interesting. I was skeptical that after we will do it, but now I'm so happy that she did it. It was amazing time read this book, and even more, probably in the future, I even will reread this book. This book is already much closer what is in my mind, supposed to be perfect romantic fantasy. We remember that we not concentrate for the war, for the world, for the many other characters. No, we concentrate only for two people and their relationship between them. That's what it means, romantic fantasy. This book contains approximately 75% relationship between Juliette and Warner, and other 25% how it's supposed to be, right? It's like world war and other characters who care about them. And let's fast what is going on in the book for those people who haven't read this book yet. And another plus of this book is that it's not so much going on there, how it's actually supposed to be, because it doesn't need to be many actions in the book. No, it's supposed to be like few action, but most important that it will be bright, strong, shows the relationship between main characters. So what we have, how you remember, is Juliette, and no one can touch Juliette except Adam. After some tests, Adam realized that he couldn't touch Juliette also to protect his owner. So he is spending a lot of energy and a lot of power to protect himself from the Juliette's touch. People in the bunker, they afraid of Juliette and they don't trust her. Angel with Castle decided to influence some way for this. They took her for the secret mission where they tried to solve some products and medicine and others. And for this mission, they allowed only people who is the most trustful, strongest, and smartest. So that's the way how they decided to show to other people in the bunker and to Juliette and all of them that Juliette is trustful person. So after the secret mission, attitude from the people in the bunker changed. During the secret mission, Juliette seen Warner, and even more, he seen how he fed the dog and how he smiled to the dog, and she understood that probably he is not so bad how he tried to show. Of course, moment of establishment is a very strong moment. They have a lot of power, a lot of money, and eventually they capture some people from the bunker, and they sent word to the bunker that they agree for the hostage exchange, but they need to bring Juliette and then they can take their people. Juliette, Adam and Kenji, they all together went to this meeting, and when Juliette showed up to the house, she first time meet with Anderson. Anderson is Warner's father. Anderson tried to kill Juliette, but eventually Juliette shot him twice. Adam realized that Anderson is his father also, so Warner and Adam, they are brothers. They took Warner as hostage, and during when Warner stayed in the bunker, Juliette spent with him a lot of time, because first they thought that Warner couldn't touch her because she didn't tell anybody of this, and afterwards because they understood that Warner only listened to Juliette. Warner shares some information with Juliette that if they want to find others hostage, so it would be certain place where they could find it, and soon their establishment they are going to attack innocent people. So Castle and Kenji, they decide that they have to do absolutely everything what they can do to protect that people. Warner told Castle that he can touch Juliette. So Castle informed Warner that he one of them, because if he can touch Juliette, so he probably has some power also. When they started preparing for the war, they have some meeting, and during this meeting, Adam attacked Warner because they both love Juliette and hate each other. Kenji with Juliette, they try to stop this fighting, and during when Kenji tried, and here how they discover Warner's power, because Warner hurt Kenji, and how he did it, right? Because his power is that he can take others' powers. Warner escaped from the bunker, and next day Juliette with her people, they went for the war. She been captured by their establishment, bring her to the Anderson's home, and there was Warner, Anderson, and Juliette, and Anderson were obviously not happy with her, and he shot her. Fortunately, on that time, it was twins. It's two girls who had power healing, but they can't touch Juliette to heal her, but Warner can. So he begged them to share their power with him, and he can heal Juliette. So that's the end of the second book. So let's finally discuss the book. I really didn't expect that I would like actually this book. I like it so much that I even ordered third book. I thought that it still would be a pretty bad book, because at the beginning of the book it's continue this huge Juliette's sufferness, only Kenji, and I understood why, because all books like this, they're supposed to have some humor and usually some secondary character who try to be fun. Kenji told her exactly what I thought, that enough to pity yourself, and probably already you need to start to do something because it's boring to read. I honestly thought that probably Castle would be bad character here, because it's pretty often happen in the movies, in the book. If it's some wild world and there's a bunker and there's plenty of people there, probably it will turn not so good. And here actually it was seems to turn everything right, and I surprised of this, but still I'm happy. I quite don't understand how he could manage to be so long leader of Omega Point, because he, I think, kind of mild, and I'm totally agree with Warner, who was curious about this question too. How so long time Castle managed to be leaders there. It was nice to read that some leaders is mild and smart and sacrifice themselves for what they believe. And again, we have main character Juliette, right, who is good, who is suffering all the time, who try to do everything good. In some way, it's annoying, right, because it's almost in every book we can find a character like she, and sometimes you want something different. You want to read about a girl who is not good, who is selfish, who is maybe not so good, who is smart, and others, because in some way it starts to be boring already, all these characters. But it was finally character who I like. It's Warner, who is save all this book, because that's character what I expect a long time, who is psycho, who is real villain, right? I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be so much villain in the next book, but at least in this book he was psycho and villain, and that's what I actually like to read about, this love line between the girl and some psycho. And I'm so much happy there's no Adam there, because he became so much annoying character, and even more, usually these good characters, they kind of boring. You like characters who is funny, who is bad, who has some charisma, but not just a good boy, because good boy and what, like, that's nice, and I mean, that's it. It's so much fun to read about Warner and Adam, how they try to fight, and Juliette, she usually doesn't know what to do. She just between them, and she just like, okay, what I have to do, right? We know that Juliette, she is 17 years old, right? And she has this power that no one can touch her, and finally she finds a guy, and this Adam, and he could touch her, and she just like, oh, okay, finally someone can touch me and we can be together and blah, blah, blah. And afterwards she understood Adam actually couldn't touch her anymore and she is suffering. And afterwards it's Warner who she hate, who she all the time said that he is a monster, that he is psycho, that he is villain and other answer. But in the world when it's only Warner could touch her, it was so funny to read how she just like suddenly, well, yes, he killed many people, but I killed people also. And yes, he is monster, but I'm a monster actually too. And right, he is evil, but look, he feed a dog. That's so nice. Actually, he's not so bad, how I thought before. And okay, I will give him a chance. In some way, it's kind of cruel what is after did to Juliette, right? That she can touch only one person in the world. But it was so much fun to watch how it's changing her thoughts about Warner. And before he was a monster, but she realized that she can touch only him and he feed a dog. So actually, he's not such a bad guy. And after a couple days, after a couple their conversation, she suddenly understood that actually she can start falling in him. About Warner's attitude to Juliette, right? It was absolutely perfect, everything, except the end when they finally started to have this sex scene, and it was very good actually. And suddenly she started to think about Adam. Why she started to think about Adam, who knows? That's what actually was not so nice. I'm totally agree because we all already prepared, right? And suddenly, but I thought because in all these books, it's so slowly everything going on. It's only one breakfast, it was around 50 pages, come on. Everything in this book is very, very slowly, so I will expect that we wouldn't have sex in the second book. But still, it was kind of strange from the Warner side, because he so much loves her, he is obsessed of her, and here she just like, okay, I thought about Adam, and he suddenly like, okay, tell me the truth, and she just like, well, I feel sorry about you, and he just like, so that's a pity, no, I wouldn't be here anymore. You were so obsessed of her, you were so loved her, and here you understand that she is sorry about you, and you just like, okay, that's it, we're not together anymore. I mean, that moment was kind of strange, I think. And conclusion of the book, this book much better than the first book. So if you have struggling with first book, don't give up how I thought you do. Continue to read second book. I already ordered third book because I'm very curious what it would be on the third book. Honestly, I think that third book would be last one for me because I'm very skeptical that after would be so good all 6 books. I know that it's very hard to have the same rhythm for all 6 books, so probably I will stop with the third book. And I already see that probably on the third book, Warner would be already a good boy. Romantic fantasy is supposed to be easy reading, and this book is extremely easy reading. It doesn't supposed to be this huge world, many characters. It's supposed to be the simplest book for entertainment. And this book is simple and it's very entertainment. So for sure I recommend this book for you. And let me know what do you think about this book. If you already read, let me know, do you like it or not? And see you on my next video and next book. Bye bye!